More life. I am. Yeah. Diripa live. I can see Tari. Kunzukane wani. Phil, can you try to click that link? I've put it in the comments. All right, Kate. Kate. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Good to see you all, and thank you so much for your patience. I'm trying to add my guest, and this first time adding a guest on here, a very special guest. And this thing is doing this to us, but we will make it work, guys. We will make it work. It will work. We will make it work. Yes, it's somehow we are somewhere. Hi Monica.
Hi, how are you?
I can see you here, but now I don't know if I'm showing on my screen as well. Monica Adropa. Monica, hi. Hi Monica.
Hi, Flo. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you see me as well?
I can hardly see you. I have my screen the other way around and I cannot see you like the way I should see you. Now, you can see me, right?
Now I can see you, Monica. Can you see me as well?
Yes, I think we got it now. This is so much better.
Can you see me?
I'm not seeing you, but I can see myself on my screen. But I'm live now. I can see that.
Yes, I can see that you're live, but I don't know what I've done to my screen now. There's a lock somewhere. So I'm going to try and see what's happening.
Now you have logged yourself out and I'm in.
Now, how is that?
So can you see the video? Can you see the video tag just below your cam, your gadget, whatever you're using, next to the video thing? There
Yes, I can
is
see
there
that.
there is an option you can click just beside the video tag,
Uh-huh.
so that you be able to see what way you want to see your video. It's either you have to camera face or do the other way around.
All right, now I'll be able to see myself, but now you are on video. So probably when it's my turn to speak, I'll change. I'll be interchanging. You know what I
That's
mean?
all. That's all right.
That's all
But
right.
it's as well good to have two posts like at the same screen. If you can be on the side and I can be on the side, if you can do that, I don't think it's a
That's what
problem.
I'm trying.
So you can go like I said, you have your speaker on, right? Just after the speaker, there's a tag on to give you options. After that one, there's a video and also options for the video. So you can go through to the options of the videos. If you see, you can share the screen with two videos.
The one for sharing two screens is not coming up on my video options.
That's all right. Let me try to see what I'm trying to find here. All right, so if I click mine, it just shows me like, do you want to use front camera, back triple camera, back wide, dual camera? Do you have that one coming up on your?
So when I click on my options, right, it's just showing me if I want to use the virtual camera or I want to use this camera that I'm using. So
So right, I'm gonna go and sit here if I can be
it's
so
not giving
closer.
me much.
All right, I think I'm now closer to the camera.
Now you're closer. Now you're good. Now
Yeah,
you're good.
I'm done operations. That's all right.
Yeah. Now I can see you. I think we can work out something, to be fair.
It's okay. It's okay. People know you, and you'll be doing your interview behind the camera. They will be seeing me today, all right?
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right, guys, a big welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for your patience throughout all the glitches and the ups and downs. But thank you so much. The most important thing is we are making it happen. And today, we've got a lovely, beautiful guest. And the channel is My Kitchen, My Restaurant. I love her. She's called Monica. And she's a fellow diasporan, guys. A big welcome to you because on this channel we do talk about life in the diaspora because that's where we are at. And there's so many of us. I mean, by diaspora, I mean if you are not living in your country of citizenship, that makes you a diasporan. So a big welcome. You don't really have to be in the UK because Monica is not in the UK, but she's somewhere abroad. So which is what we also talk about in this channel. And we will talk more about how we can about self-care. This is a more relaxed conversation that we're going to be having today, more about self-care while just in the diaspora because there's so much that goes on. And the good thing is Monica, she's an expert in the medical field. She's a very learned somebody, so we are going to have like an in-depth a discussion today covering everything that we need to do right for us to succeed at the end of the day because we have goals, we've got dreams. That's why we came over. So I'll hand it over to Monica for her to briefly introduce herself to us and then we can get straight into this discussion, guys.
So, greetings, everyone. My name is Monica, and today I'm so glad to be on this platform as we are chatting health issues, diet issues, nutritional health to the diasporans, not specifically to the diasporans, but to everyone listening to this now and then. All I want to say is that your health matters as much as you are so comfortable wherever you are. This is the reason why we are here today to chat, to relax. It's holiday time. It's time to take care of ourselves. So I hope you are going to enjoy this conversation and I hope you are going to share it and try to experience it. Back to you, Flo.
Right, Monica, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Monica, I understand your background is in nursing, but then you've got a channel where mostly I followed you like for the longest, and I do watch all of your videos, which is mostly about cooking and cooking health, and you always insist on importance of eating health. I mean, I've got a question for you. Why did you choose to embark on a journey about cooking healthy and eating healthy? Over to your love.
All right, so viewers, I would love to say every time you think about health, it starts with what you put in your mouth, okay? That is my motto. So, being a health professional, it's so nice to give health education out there. Yes, we can give some other type of information relating to medicine, relating to fitness, relating to, you can mention it all, but the core message to go to the people to reach out the most, it's your nutrition, it's what you eat. Because the lifestyle can be surrounded by so much things, but it's anchored by food. I hope you agree as we try to clarify everything in terms of what does this mean? Why is this food so particular? Why is she trying to say in terms of eating healthy? Your healthy starts from what you put in your mouth.
Monica, I do appreciate that input. But then you understand, you are a diasporan, I'm a diasporan. We live very busy life schedules, very busy lives. There's always going on. I've never, I used to think like we all have a 24-hour day, but I think once you go into to the diaspora, it's a scam. I think we live a 20-hour day. So
Even 12.
probably you're quite right. You're quite right. I don't know where the time goes. I still can't believe it. Like a day is gone already. It's the next day. So how do you manage? How do you manage? Because I watch your videos and you've told me that's your lifestyle. Guys, if you're watching this live stream, please do go and subscribe to your channel, My Kitchen, My Restaurant. Beautiful, beautiful. Way of managing lifestyle in the diaspora. How do you manage? Do you plan your meals? How do you do that, Monica? If you can give us an insight into it, into how you do it.
All right. So I'm so glad to share this with you because cooking experience is based on sharing love. I know all the family members out there would understand the reason why you would miss mommy when mom is not home. That's exactly the role that I take when I get into my kitchen. It's not about that professional someone that I said earlier on. Now it's about a mother who is going to take care of your family. I believe every mother wishes to have time with their family. So the best thing that I can do for my family whenever I get home is to give them a warm welcome home, whether it's my husband coming from work or it's my kids coming from school. When they get home, they know mommy should have made something nice for us. So whether I'm on duty or I'm off duty, I will spare 1 hour. The very good thing, Flo, if you know about cooking, it doesn't take forever. Like a fancy dish, a fancy menu, it can take the maximum of 2 hours. I mean, including the marinating, including the seasoning, all those things that needs to wait to be processed before really go into the final cooking process. So if you are quick enough and if you can multitask, you will see that cooking only takes 30 to 40 minutes. And that's done for the day. So being in the diaspora, it means a lot in terms of time management, of course, but it also stretches the love that a mother has or that a family head has for their families, just that unconditional love that you can share to them to say, no matter how tired I am, but it will not make sense if I say I'm tired and I'm not going to make food for them because we only work to bring something on the table, and that's something food is included. So if you are working, you get your monies. If you put money on the table, your kids will not appreciate money only if you are not putting the food on the table. Yes, the money can go and buy food somewhere else, in the restaurants, in the hotels. But how often will you do that? And does your pocket really afford to feed your family out of the restaurant each and every day? So there are so many circumstances that are surrounding a mother like Monica to say, I can't afford restaurant food daily. At the same time, it's not healthy. As I said earlier on, I'm targeting on my kids or on my family's health. So it's really something that goes round. We can take this back to Zimbabwe, like on a flight, 18 hours, talking the same story to say time management. It only goes with the love that you have and that you want to share with your family. Back to you, Flo.
Monica, thank you so much for clarifying on the love issue. I know we don't want to hear that. Us who came for money, us who are always working. Thank you so much for reminding us that above everything, because I'm a mom, I'm a family person, I'm a wife at the end of the day, and we need these constant reminders to be reminded that when everything is said and done, we have got a duty of care. I love to say that because I work in care. I'm a healthcare assistant, as you all know, you viewers. And viewers, if you're watching here and you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do subscribe because there is more. But today we're going to talk more about what she does, why she does it, and what we can benefit from everything that she gives us. So, Monica, I know you're Zimbabwean and I've seen your dishes, your cuisines, and everything. Tell us the benefits, because I know you balance it between traditional Zimbabwean food and then some Western dishes. I see you, you make lovely pizzas, and you owe me one when I do come over to see you. So tell me, how do you balance it? How do you balance it? And as well, how can an ordinary mom, diaspora mom, busy mom, balance it? Let us in into how you plan those meals, and do you batch cook, batch plan your meals, or what? But just let us in so that we can tap into some of your time management skills around cooking and preparing for your family. Over to you, my dear.
All right, so viewers, it's so nice to say time management. It comes with discipline, if I can say. For me, it's like I said, family care or the time that you give yourself to spread the love to your family is through cooking. So I believe as much as I'm going to work full time somewhere, but I have off days home. So during my off days, that is when I plan big menus. If I'm saying big menus, I'm relating to those 3 course where I can have side dishes, salads, a starch, yeah, a protein in it. That is when I will do those major dishes during my off day. And when I'm busy at work after a 12-hour long shift and I'm tired, I just have to go for something simple. And this is how I plan around. So the day I'm working, I just have to say, okay, I have to parboil the meat that I'm going to be cooking tomorrow after duty. Parboil that, put it aside. And the day that I have to cook, my family is my priority. They cannot eat something that stays in the fridge forever. I have to cook that very day that it's going to be served. So I would cook the food prior to go to work so that I start my work every day at 9. So 7 to 9, 7 to half 8 for me, it's food preparation. If I want to carry some of the food, I just then do that. So I would cook in the morning, the relish for the evening time. And then if there are circumstances that I want to cook pap sads, I don't hesitate to say I will come and make pap when I'm back, because I'm the first one again to come back before my husband does. So it just works around that way. And then very light things like the pizza is one of the easiest dishes, if you know. It only takes 30 minutes preparation and it takes 15 minutes in the oven, adding up to 45 minutes. So whenever I feel like I'm stressed, I don't want too much to work on, I just make that pizza for 45 minutes. My family would enjoy, and the kids loves that stuff. Serve it with juice, and that's the end of the day. So when you are tired, find a finer, easy dish, but which is going to hold water to still show your love. Don't neglect them by any chance because you are tired. Don't neglect them by any chance because your time is not working out. So the only way you balance it is through planning. So if you are parboiling stuff, especially the meat, the day you are off, so that you only stew it the day you want to use it, or you only deep fry it the day you want to use it, it's more recommendable. because if I'm saying more recommendable, the more you cook food and freeze it or put it in the freezer, it's now similar to get your food from Aldi. Those pizzas that have an expiry date that are pegged in there for so long, you don't know who made them and why did they do that. And they package it, they put it in the shelf. So I avoid the shelf life for cooked food as much as possible because we want to engage more on eating fresh organic meals. Flo, I think you agree with me if I'm saying fresh organic, because the more it stays in the freezer, for me, it's a no. It's like I can just go and buy. What's the difference then? There's no difference. But what makes a home cooked meal different is it's served to hot, not hot because it's been microwaved, but hot because it's just after being cooked. That's all I can say, and that's my reason to stay in the kitchen every day. So when you see me in the kitchen daily, now you know the reason. I make sure and I don't allow any discrepancies on that. Back to you, Flo.
I so much agree with you, Monica, and thank you so much, Monica. Do you know I'm enjoying the accent. You have picked on the accent, and I can hear it. Job well done there. So Terry, Monica, tell me something. I called you Terry because Terry is popping on my screen with your comments. Monica, thank you so much for taking us through how so organized you are. You know, I envy you and I'm so jealous of your family because you're so organized, which is what we need to be as mothers, as wives, as people. Basically, being so organized is quite key. Monica, I've got a question for you. I've got a question for you and I got to put it to you. I understand, obviously, you've lived in the diaspora for so long. And you, every time I speak to you behind the camera, behind the scenes, there are things that you tell me on the importance of eating healthy, especially for people with allergies, people with medical conditions like diabetes, etc., people with conditions like cancer and stuff. Obviously, we live with those things. Probably one in every two people has been affected by cancer or knows someone that is close to them who has had it or whatever. And I understand you're a medical person. Can you highlight the importance of diet in terms of medical conditions, allergies? Because I do struggle. My kids have got like serious food allergies, which I don't know where it comes from. I've actually like ignored it, like just like most African moms, where you go like it's eczema, it's not going to kill you. But I want you to let us in on the importance of diet when we talk about health conditions, like I've mentioned,
All
from a
right.
medical point of view, love.
So this is quite broad, Flo, but I'll try to bring it closer home and I'll try to make it more to layman than to medical
Yeah.
field. So viewers, so aware that in every homestead, there could be one or two people who have health issues that demands or that requires them to alter their diet one way or the other, be it hypertension, be it diabetes mellitus, be it allergies, be it what you call it, ulcers, one way or the other in a family. If there is none in your family, then you are so blessed. Be grateful for that. So, for those who are already facing these health issues, you would realize that it only starts before the health issues are diagnosed. What do I mean? It starts when you are really healthy, when you have nothing of those conditions. From day one, you are introduced to food. That is the point where I'm taking this from. So, when you're introduced to food, that is when we realize that as mommies, when you start introducing food to the babies, you realize they doesn't like this, they like this. If they eat ABC, they are going to react this way. So for the kids that are affected by allergies. I can say the types of eczema, the types, especially fish allergy, is the one that comes very quickly, like at a tender age, to kids, that you could tell that there is a problem every time this child you have fish. What mommies do, like I'm a Zimbabwean mother, I would say better you go for soup because that is what we have. And I can't turn around the whole meal just because of one person. So this person is now going to suffer in the name of the diagnosis. But what I urge parents out there, whenever you are having problems with your kids who are having allergies, there is always good things nowadays. You have your Google with you. Just go online to see what is causing the type of the reactions that your child has, and what are the food recommendations if you don't have the money to go through to the dietitian, to go through to the nutritionist, or to go through to just your family general practitioner. So only that, the point of correction today is, have you realized that you are living with other conditions that you are just pocketing up because you don't want to deal with them, because you love your food, because you don't want to react accordingly? A
Yeah.
lot of people would say, I like Coke so much, fizzy, but after drinking fizzy, I just feel like the acids are reacting otherwise. Acids are like this, acids are like that. But they keep on drinking because they love it until it's really bad. So it's in people to neglect their health whenever they feel like, oh, I'm spoiling myself. After all, feed the body that works. It doesn't go that way. So there is a point in time. So personally, besides being a health professional, I just value my health. I have to know why my nails are turning brown from pink. I have to know why my gums are sore after eating ABC. I just like doing your diet introspection. It's very important. I ate this at this restaurant, but this is how my tummy reacted. But a lot of people just ignore and feels like, oh, I think it's just about yesterday, something went wrong, until they are really damaged. So my point to drive home to you viewers is, your diet, it mustn't affect your lifestyle. It mustn't affect your health tomorrow. The moment you say, now I have diabetes mellitus, it will be so too late for you to go back to the days where you used to eat anyhow, junkie wise. So I say today, going on, just make sure you have your good nutritional habits. Are you taking your nutrients in proportionally? I mean, from water, that is the main thing,
Speaking of food.
to proteins, to your carbohydrates. And especially when you're an African mommy like me, we do love carbohydrates so much, and we don't compare it to any other type of nutrients. So
Absolutely.
limit your carbohydrates. Take as much fruits and vegetables as possible, because in fruits and vegetables we have minerals, we have vitamins, we have all those micronutrients that we would want in our diet, as much as we are striving across the budget. But the little that we have, just water, makes a whole difference to your life. Because how many people have you seen called, oh, now they have renal failure? Because you just decide not to drink water. I'm now in the diaspora, it's winter, but make sure you take your liter to a liter point 5 a day. That doesn't stop you from suffering a condition because you're in the diaspora. The fact that you're in the diaspora and you can afford a takeaway, that doesn't stop you from suffering from diabetes mellitus. So it's not about the circumstances surrounding you. I work too much, I don't have time, blah, blah. It's about what you think about your future and the monies that you are working for today. Are you going to enjoy them whilst in the nursing home, or you are going to enjoy them whilst you are now eating broccoli only when you are now on a strict diet? Back to you, Flo. I think I'm talking too much.
No, thank you so much for explaining. Thank you so much for taking the time to really like take us through. There are things that we neglect because all we are thinking is money, 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 work, work, work. And thank you so much for bringing that insight. That's It's a different side to this whole dimension. Um, Tell me something. Obviously, I've got viewers from everywhere, diasporans, and I can see them. I can see they're watching. So where do you shop? Where do you find this like organics? Because I mean, we all do Audi, we all do Lidl because we want cheap. But then if I want to do organic, where can I shop for organic food? Because we're talking health for viewers, for those that are just joining us. We've got My Kitchen, My Restaurant today joining us. That's Monica. That's a channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so because she's in the diaspora. She's a mom. She works. She's a nurse above everything else. She's a mom and a wife. But what she does is absolutely amazing. She does homemade meals nearly daily. And I wonder what super mom she is. Where does she find the time to do all that? Which brought us to this conversation where she's sharing all of that with us to say, this is how you can prioritize. After all, it doesn't take hours and hours to prepare a healthy home cooked meal. And when everything is done from a point of love, it's amazing. It's beautiful. You just find yourself falling into a routine. That's what we've been learning from Monica. So, Monica, just to let us in, while it's in the diaspora, where do you buy your organic stuff? Because Monica, I'm going to do something unconventional. I do hope you'll be able to take us with you so that you can prepare something quick, be it a salad or anything on here, a quick one. I see you've got stuff on the table, or you can explain to us what's on the table, but you will do that. Yeah, you will do something for us while this we're on this live stream. But today, now we want you to explain to us, where do you find your ingredients and stuff? Where do you buy? Where?
All right, Flo. So for buying, I said it comes with the mindset. What do you want to eat? And how do you want to eat the food that you have prepared? Or do you even want to prepare? That's the first point of call. So when I go out there to buy stuff, I'm that mommy who is thinking of Monday, I'm going to make sada and timaguru. Tuesday, I'll definitely have to make something light, which is different from very heavy carbohydrates. I'm likely going to make a salad because we need vegetables. And if I'm making a salad, it has to go with pasta or it has to go with rice. So, what type of rice then I have to make? Is it going to be traditional brown rice or is it going to be white rice? And the following day, I need something different for breakfast, not bread. For your own information, I bake everything from the loaf. I don't buy bread
Oh
anymore.
my God.
So I want something different. So I'm going for sweet potatoes, which is organic. So in my mind, I already have a list of the things that I want to eat throughout the week so that I can go out there and fetch for them for those things. So apparently when I go to the African shop, I call it an African shop because I get everything that I want from there, but it's an Asian shop. That's how I call it. That Asian shop brings the fresh organic tilapia, what we call bream back home. It has fresh chicken cuts, chicken insides, whatsoever, the magurus, that's tripe, the beef tripe. It has the okra, it has the mealie meal, all sorts of mealie meals. I mean, from millet, from sorghum. It has nuts. So when I go out there, it's like I'm now that mommy who's now in grandmother's shoes. I would think of, oh, what my grandmother used to make then back home when I was a child. And I'm thinking of, oh yeah, I would love rice, brown rice with peanut butter. And then I'll go for that. Some of the things are not even organic in the sense that we think it's not in Audi. Even in Audi, there are some of the things that you just have to read your instructions clearly. I was so surprised when I get to Audi just doing my Christmas shopping now. I realized that they are organic chickens in Audi, but they are cutlets and those other chickens in the same like shell. So it's only about the habit to read on instructions. How do you read instructions when you're buying? Do you pick things because it tastes better, or you pick things because of the contents that it has, because of the ingredients that makes it up? So that is one of the things that I would always urge people, especially those who thinks I don't have any allergy. They have a tendency of picking whatever. They don't read the instructions at all. So even if when you are going for yogurts, you'd see it's written clearly, bio-organic, natural yogurt, 0% fat yogurt. This is what matters when you are buying your stuff. You are just not picking because I love the brand. You are picking because of its contents, of its nutritional value, of its nutritional benefit
Oh,
in the
yes.
long run. So many people, if I can say, you enjoy your life between 20 to 30, and from 35 you are already gone, and you will be looking like everyone will call you my sister because you are old enough to be called my sister. Why? It's because of your diet. Yet you are saying I'm enjoying my money.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Oh
So
my
you
goodness.
go for that side of organic, not necessarily meaning it's a different shop, but organic in the sense of the quantities and the elements that are used to make up the food content that you want to buy. Then we would go, there is no other way that you would go for uh, Audi, Lidl, or Tesco's and come out without fruits in there. There are fruits everywhere, obviously, but the origin matters because every time when you buy stuff, you see these pineapples. This pineapple, if I buy a pineapple in Aldi, it's different from a pineapple from Tesco's. Why? The Aldi, they don't really put a label and a sticker of origin. You just find them lying in boxes and you pick because you love pineapples. But I'm so particular. I would go to Tesco's just for a pineapple only. Why? I want to see the origin. Is it that country that makes organic stuff from the climate way of view? Obviously, you know that in Ireland we do non-organic stuff. So why are you buying things that are originally coming from here and around the European countries where there is
You
no
just
sunlight?
you just brought something up that is quite important. I'm one of those people who just like, well, I need oranges. I'll just go to whatever shop is nearest. If I do, mind you, it's winter, and I'm one of those people who I go out of the house if I have to, and have to means it's work. So you can imagine if I have to go to the shops, it will be like the nearest I can get. But thank you so much for bringing that up. Where you said, please be particular about where you're buying the origin. Read those labels. I was watching on the news the other day, and they were on about like labels. Even when you go to restaurant, labels, 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 and because we're from Africa, we're from Zimbabwe. For us, food is food for as long as it's edible. But now, these countries where we live, these people are now becoming more and more particular about what's in that food. Where is that food from? And thank you so much for bringing that up. Um, Monica, there's something that I want to ask you. Like we had asked you if you're going to make a quick salad for us so that we see all those things that we see in your videos. You say, I do prepare a salad in 10 minutes, I prepare a salad in 15 minutes, so that in the interest of time, if we can be talking and you're cutting up your things, you're showing us what you can quickly come up with. For one person, Chemuno one, I don't know if that's doable. I'll give you time to put together everything that you need on that table whilst I speak and to the viewers. Is it possible? Yes or
It's
no?
possible, of course, because in the kitchen, as I said, I'm always ready to cook. I'm always ready to do whatever it takes. Like, as long as I'm going to give my family and they'll smile over me, like, oh, thank you. If you have ever gotten that thank you that you deserve, like you say, if it wasn't for this meal, yeah, I was about to die.
I
That's exactly what I want.
Exactly, and thank you so much for saying that. It's the little things that we take for granted. Well, I'm
Of
fortunate
course.
enough. I've got a husband who loves being in the kitchen. He's always cooking and preparing meals, and sometimes I'm like, "Well, thank you so much for making this." But one thing I'll recommend that he comes to your channel so that he can learn how to. He loves brown rice, and he puts Dovi in it, but it hasn't been coming up nice. But Monica, I'll allow you to put together your ingredients so that we can talk and see you prepared because you're always insisting on I do this in 15 minutes. I do this in 5 minutes. Please make that salad for us and whilst we talk and chat.
Just hold on a second.
All
I'm
right,
going
love.
down to the fridge.
All right, guys. So, guys, we've asked Monica. It's unfortunate. I should have asked her to do this before, but I thought, like, it's a scam when she tells us she does that in 15, 10 minutes. So, she's just going to make us something quick. This is impromptu. I've asked her to do it now. Hopefully, she will get all the things that we need, guys. But it's been lovely that you joined in. Of course, we earlier on we had a few technical glitches. We are only starting up. This is my first time doing this YouTube live thing. I've always done it on Facebook and other platforms. So we are learning, and thank goodness we learned together. If you're watching us now, if you've just joined in, we've got My Kitchen, My Restaurant. She's called Monica. She's a diaspora and she's full time work. She works full time. She's a mom, but she takes the time to cook for her family. That's Monica for you. The amount of nudging I get behind the scenes. Are you cooking, Vaskana? Vaskana, make sure you're cooking. And I go like, oh, where do I get the time? I work full time. She just goes like, if you plan properly, a meal shouldn't take you that long. And guys, whilst we are on that, I'm a carer, and there's something that I want to reiterate: the importance of nutrition, diet, and nutrition. Uh, for the people that we look after. It's very, very key. I know we get trained on that, but then I used to work in community, and of course, we got trained, we got inducted. But it's when you constantly engage in these discussions, you realize the importance of nutrition and diet. I used to wonder why is it that like people in this country drink tea a lot. I can't drink tea. I'm from Zimbabwe. It's a warm, very warm country. I can't drink tea all the time. But I think it's their way of balancing those fluids that she mentioned. So if you can drink water, have a cup of tea. What I now do, especially if I'm at work, as soon as I get to work, I have a cup of tea because I work in a hospital. So during handover, I'm having my cup of tea. That's about like 200 mils of water. And then on my break, I have another cup of tea. That's another 200. We are already on 400. When I'm having my dinner, which is like about 12, between 12 and 2 o'clock, I'm having another cup of tea. That's like 600 meals already. And then when I have my break again, it's around like 3 o'clock-ish. I have another cup, that's 800. And when I have my break at around between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock, I've got another tiny little break. I do have another drink. So already I've counted like 5 times that I drink, and I've made it a habit. There are people who say I don't drink tea. At least have a cup of hot chocolate or a glass of warm milk. You put cinnamon in. It's something that I'm learning. It's so not me. For those of you that can drink coffee, good for you. For those of you that can drink, I know Monica will strangle me for this. But we're trying to push fluids. We're trying to be kind to our kidneys. We're trying to be kind to our health and diet. Of course, I'm African. Half the time, my husband is going like, can we have salsa? Starch, starch. I hope he's going to watch this. And I'm going to recommend him to subscribe to My Kitchen, My Restaurant account so that she gets to see these healthy meals, healthy recipes that she does make, so that we can stop this sort of thing every day. Welcome back, Monica.
Thank you, Flo. So I'm back, guys, with this quick salad that I'm going to make for you. So, as I said, it doesn't take time. if you want to eat healthy. I only have a few ingredients here with me. So I'm making, this is lettuce, we have a cucumber, we have a tomato, and we have red onion. You know, this is good for your heart. If you doesn't know that eating raw tomatoes is so good for your life. So this one goes straight to your heart. It also makes your skin smoothie. For us who goes for aqueous baby cream, but we still look 16, but we go for tomatoes, okay?
And by the
The
way, you do,
cu-
you're looking so good, Monica.
you use a cucumber again, and then your lettuce. So I encourage you, it's not only about preparing. There must be notes whenever you're preparing a meal. So if you want to enjoy your lettuce, don't use the knife, okay? Use your hands. And not only enjoying, but this salad will stay longer because the moment you cut, it changes color after a few minutes, and that is not good. So just go through with your hands. It looks so unreal, but try it in your home. You see, if you cut your lettuce, leave it there on the counter for 20 minutes and come back. And the other one, do it with your hands. You see the difference. If
I'm
you cut
learning.
it,
I'm learning. I didn't realize. I'm always like cutting. Everyone cuts in
it's
the
it
house. So I'm learning
because
something.
if you are cutting it, you just have to go direct and eat there and there. But if you are preparing a big meal for people who are yet to come to the dining table an hour later, it will look like rust.
Okay, I get
So
it.
for the cucumber, I'll just go cut anyhow, just for the sake of this video. You see, this is done. For your onion, I just like it longer and not so much disturbed. This is the onion. And for your tomato, don't take off the seeds, please. That's why there are tomatoes that are written for salad. They are hard enough. And if you take away the seeds, I don't know what you're trying to do, but that is what matters. Okay. It's
Okay,
not the skin of the tomato, but it's the tomato. So,
it's the whole tomato. It's the whole tomato. The whole.
yes,
Okay, I
the
see.
same, if you realize that I did not peel my cucumber, that kind of fancy cooking is useless. When you peel off your cucumber, you're just taking away the roughage. This is the content that we want, not the white part. You could rather shred the white part and eat the greener one, okay?
Good
So
for your bowels as well. Good for your bowels. Bowel movement.
the salad is ready. Instead of salt, I'm using aromat. Why do I choose aromat? It's tasty, and I don't want to interfere with my blood vessels anytime when I'm choosing not to eat a salt meal. It's not a salt meal. I do go for aromat. It's not every time that you go for salt, 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 hyping that blood pressure. So now I'm adding a little bit of mayonnaise, not too much to soak it, but just to have taste. And then,
Bring it closer. Let's see. Like a bit more. Oh my goodness. That's.
so this is how the salad goes.
Do you know that
So
was like in 4 minutes? I literally timed this. That was like
exactly.
in less than 4 minutes, and you actually pulled that off.
Yes. So that is exactly I said. If you want to make rice and a salad, and I've already stewed my beef from the previous day, so making it a stew, a complete stew, like and boiling rice and making this after work, it's only 40 minutes. And then I'll set everything on the table and I'll write a logo, my kitchen, my restaurant with rice on it, with good stew on it, with a good salad. And people will be like, wow, you have more time to cook. How do you do that? But does it take forever? No, it doesn't.
And your kids love you more for that, and they go like, do you know when we go to auntie's place or so and so's mom's place, there's always like warm, nice, good food, and you just like feel like
Mm. It's nice.
It really, you're tempting me. Anyway, I'll have a drink. Stay hydrated. So cheers, Monica.
Yes, I know it's not so good to come here on live to start eating my food, but now obviously I made it. I have to eat it whilst it's still fresh.
Exactly, exactly. And I mean, like, you are actually showing it how enjoyable it is when you make it from scratch. It's fresh and it's tasty, and you can control what you put in it. You don't want salt, you use aromat. You don't want too much mayonnaise.
Exactly. Control everything around you. Like, you have a reason why you're eating. If you see you're just taking in food without knowing its impact to your health, you still have a long way to go. Because I believe, if you still remember my introduction, I said your health starts with what you put in your mouth. So the more you neglect yourself, the more you're just eating anyhow without knowing why are you taking it
Oh,
and what
absolutely.
way should you take it. So
Yeah.
for vegetables, are they clean? What is the most important part to take? Is it the seeds? Is it the peel? Should I peel them off? Should I eat it straight like the way they are? That's exactly what we call taking into consideration all the nutrients.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
hear you. I hear you. Um, I do have a question. I'm not, no wonder why I think I struggled with this whole getting this together, this whole live stream thing, getting it together. I'm not a gadget person. I'm not a techie person. And one of the things that I've been hearing amongst like my friends and everyone in the diaspora is, have you got an air fryer? Have you got this and that? What's your take on air frying
It's
and
not
traditional
really.
the way we, is there a difference in terms of health, in terms of taste and everything? Just, I don't have an air fryer. I'm seeing no reason why I should get an air fryer. If you do have it, can you let us into?
So for me, it's like, I'm so glad that you don't have it. I also don't have it.
Yeah, thank
not
you.
because not because I don't afford it, but because there are some things that I just feel like, if an oven can do this, why just piling up the things that I will be interchanging roles? Like, I can use my oven to do whatever the air fryer does. But people run away from the oven saying the air fryer doesn't need more oil. Does the oven need oil?
No, no, you're grilling, you
No.
don't need oil.
Exactly. You put it on your rack without oil and everything will come out so perfectly.
You put
Yesterday,
it in
I
a
only
casserole.
made.
Yeah, you put it in a casserole dish, you pop it in the oven, it will produce its own juices and fat and everything in there. Perfect, beautiful.
Exactly. So there's no point you can say, I want to use an air fryer because I want to limit oil. Otherwise, it just shows me, for me, it just shows me how shallow people are with recipes and the types of maybe preparing food, because we have steaming, we have stewing, we have deep frying, we have shallow frying, we have grilling, we have baking, we have air frying, we have microwaving, we have all sorts, but they only go to the air fryer because they think it's going to lessen the fat. But where the hell was the air fryer
All
when
this
I
time.
was growing up? Like, yeah.
And do you know what? Whilst you're on there, whilst you're on there, I believe, well, one of my reasons for not going the air fryer way. By the way, I believe when you take the time with something, because like air fryer is like 5 minutes. I'm not there. I don't even have to watch it. 5 minutes in there, it's done. It's done. 10 minutes in there, 15 minutes in the air fryer. But I do believe it takes away all the time, all the input that the you in the meal, which is the love part, which
You know,
is
that's
yeah.
exactly my point to say. If you want to agree with me, the things that goes into an air fryer, they are not organic, because you need the free frozen chips to get out of your fridge and get straight into the air fryer for 2 minutes, then you are happy. But you can't have the time to go and buy a bag of organic potatoes, peel them, soak them, and then put them in the air fryer.
Learning. And guys, I've pinned Terry Mack's message on the screen. She's one of my lovely mentors, one of my lovely girl YouTubers from Zimbabwe. Do subscribe to her channel, guys. And we've got here my kitchen, my restaurant, my co-host here, my guest here. Please, if you ever subscribe to them, subscribe to them because there's so much that you learn from those channels. I've got a question again, Monica, for you. Monica, I know, well, you gave away where you live. I didn't want you to do that. I was going to ask people in the comments to say, guys, based on Monica's accent, where do you think she does live? Because until last week, I was watching this. There's a cooking show that most English people watch here. I don't know, it's called Martin something. It does happen on a Saturday on ITV, and they do watch that. And so last week he had an Irish guest, and he was on there. And as soon as you spoke, I was like, "Oh my God, she's caught on that accent, and it's gonna stay with her forever." And it will stay. It's actually it's well, when you have had someone who is Irish speak and they listen to you, they can tell that's where you live. You live amongst them. So which brings us to my question is, have you tried some of their Irish dishes and then you do them your way? Because I know you've got colleagues. I know obviously you've made friends and loved neighbors and you go to these Irish events. If you like manage to, get hooked on some of their dishes that you actually make, or do they have similar dishes to probably more or less what we could enjoy? Because I do struggle enjoying English food. I always tell them, guys, I'll try it next time. I,
So
I,
the
I, I,
struggle is real. The struggle is real, and it continues. Like I can say, for me, it's like I'm that person who's so particular. I'm not just a go person with food. I really yes to think over it, take notes. Like from this conversation, I'm sure you have picked one or two things that makes me different from a whole lot of people that would go walk in restaurant or just walking in their neighbor's house and say, "Oh, you can give me that food and eat." I would say,
Absolutely, yeah.
give me juice. Definitely, that's the only thing that I would take out there. So for the Irish food, for me, it's a no. Why am I saying so? Because the main dish for Irish food is potatoes, which you go for red roasters or you can go for mashed potato, and they call them spuds here. So whenever they say I'm having spuds for dinner, they mean mashed potato. And it's one of those things like pap from back home. It's like you're having pap morning, afternoon, and evening. So to me,
It's a no.
I can eat mashed potato, but making it my way. One thing I am saying it's a no for me. They don't use salt, table salt. They don't use it in any of their meals, whether it's whatever they are making. They rarely touch the table salt to season their food. And from my background, like salt makes the taste for food, like even without spice, without cooking oil. Back in the countrysides of Zimbabwe, there are some people who are still not even managing to have a bowl of cooking oil like for the whole year. There are some times that you can cook your food without cooking oil, but obviously with salt, you eat and enjoy. So imagine roasters as they are so non-organic and you don't put salt to it. And then you try to come up with cold light milk. That's light milk. You know the difference between full cream and
Oh,
light milk.
yes, exactly.
Yes, and try to mesh those two. How cold light milk is plus unsalted potatoes, and then call that spud. And then you need Misty Brown sauce to make it taste. And for me, the sauces are just like so. I'm not kind of like um, condemning it, but it's a whole taste around my taste buds. Like why now without salt at this age? Like, why now? Like, that's the struggle. But for them, the funniest part, and I want the viewers to take this home, is I introduced the Irish workmates to the Zimbabwean news, and I'm sure if you watch my channel closely, they tasted rice with peanut butter and with oxtail, stewed oxtail, and they have no words. And they tasted magunya as well, and they was like, "Did you only bring one for tasting? Like, really? What kind of a person are you becoming now? You make us taste the good food, but you are no longer providing it." So they are so amazed by the way the African food really tastes as compared to theirs, because for them it's just like a routine. It's not something different from potatoes and mixed vegetable boils. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
And
think one
here,
of
barbecue is seasonal. We all know the benefits of smoked meat. And here it's only in summer. And agree with me, summer is only 2 weeks. If you've ever seen the summer
do you know
in
what?
Europe, like, yeah,
Do you know what, Monica? Funny
yeah.
enough. Well, I was working Christmas Day, right, and my husband was at home, and the kids are away on holiday, which is, I think, you guys stay tuned because the way the English were like, how can you do Christmas and your children are not there? But then I would go like, if we were back home, that's what would happen. My mom would be more glad to have my children and not have me. Now she doesn't bother with me. She wants the children. So yeah, so it was like that. So when I got home, I think we've had the nicest Christmas in ages. I don't know what the weather is like in Ireland at the minute, but we have had the nicest weather, especially in Cambria, because I traveled today. It was nice and sunny in the morning, but I was coming down south. And as soon as I think I was like maybe about 50 miles on the road, I started noticing like it's cloudy, rainy, and all sorts. Is it my gadget?
No, I can hear you clearly.
All right. So I was telling you like this whole barbecue thing. So I got back from work because the weather was nice. My husband had like the whole Bryson thing outside, loud music, and I was like, oh my god, the neighbors are gonna think like this is crazy. But like you said, Christmas there has to be that barbecue. There has to be a braai if it's Christmas. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. I had to like have like the leftovers this morning before we left the house because the meat was just so good. It Everything was good, the salad and everything. Like I told you, he loves cooking because he does cook his own way. And he believes when he cooks African, he does it better. Just like what most men do think. He goes like, you guys, you add in too many things and we lose the flavor. He just does
Exactly.
like onion, tomato, water, oil, salt, boil. And it's amazing. It's
It's
absolutely
really amazing. I love that.
absolutely beautiful. And I think when I every time I'm watching your channels, because you're very particular about your ingredients, you don't put everything in there. I love watching it. And to our viewers, if you're watching this channel and you're in the diaspora and you wonder, I never get the time. One of the things that I'm glad I never did, because I'm a carer, so I started off in domiciliary and will go around houses. I've never been a fan of ready meals. Trust me, to this day, I've 3 years in this country, I've never tried any ready meal whatsoever.
You
I've
don't want you don't want the turkey roast lunch. You don't go for
I'm
the
glad I didn't
turkey
do
dinner.
turkey. I was working Christmas and there was like Christmas dinner for everyone. But as soon as I saw turkey, I was like, I'll pass. I'll have all the other things. I can't do the gravy thing. I can't.
That's me. Like, grave for me, grave is just like you are about to arrest me. Okay, take my life. Okay, if you want to. I can't stand the grave because. And one good thing I want to tell you about the Irish. One of the girls were asking me, so how do you make the grave then? If how do you make it? They don't know that you can make your own with tomatoes and onion and start to make everything from scratch.
I'm
Then
always explaining to them. I'm like, whatever we make, it's chewy from. day one.
Straight.
We can't
Exactly.
do that roast dinner and then it's just white meat. Like you're looking at like, are you done cooking there?
It's roasted white, okay? It's not golden brown. So
But they don't understand. I think the only way to make them understand is when you make it for them. I've tried showing them on YouTube. I've tried a lot of things with them. But I just gonna think one of the things I'm gonna do come 2025, I'm gonna make some of that and take it to work and then ask them to test and give me a review. And hopefully I've got amazing.
that's what I did. Like, cook that meal, put it in front of them. They love the aroma, they love the taste, they love everything about the home cooked meals. But the funny thing is, they can't even think of making it. They'll be like, then how do I make it? How is
I
it
think they've
possible?
had that instant gravy for far too long. They cannot imagine. I love, by the way, in case any of my English colleagues and friends, I love you and I love your meals for you. I love your gravy for you, but not for me. But anyway, they will learn with time because one of the things I've realized is the same way we are curious and the same way we share. Those our colleagues are lovely in terms of curiosity. So, what do you eat? So, how do you prepare that? So, how do you do Christmas? One of the questions I was constantly getting is, so have you already got that turkey for Christmas? I was like, no, we don't do turkey for Christmas. As a country, as a nation, we don't do turkey. They were like, so
Yeah.
what do you make? And I was telling them like it has to be chicken, well roasted chicken, of course. No, you can't.
There has to be sausage. There has to be a
Yes,
T-bone.
and I
Obviously,
say,
we need gango. Introduce them to the gango style.
oh my goodness, have I come across one of your videos where you did gango or?
Yes, I did.
I think I did. I saw the one where you had your friends and your colleagues, right? Your Irish colleagues, and they enjoyed that. I watched that one. So I was thinking, like, was it on your channel? I watched the Gango thing. I watched it and I said to my husband, we need this. And obviously, he will make it. If it's to do with African food, you will be happy to do it. It's when we ask for something different, then you just go like, okay, can you do that?
That one, trust me, Flo. Got the chicken feet, the chicken gizzards. I got the chicken livers. Then you'd put your sausages, you'd put your minced meat, you'd put your beef steak and a bit of kale. Like, it was hell. Trust me. Like,
Do you know what? One thing I want, in case someone is watching and they go like, "Well, we don't have an African shop where we live." I don't know how my husband does it. Sometimes I feel embarrassed for the family. I just go like, "Why?" So what he did is he went to the local butchers because we have completely done away with buying meat from Aldi or
I've never done that before.
so we've got a local butchers. Mind you, it's in English because we live like in the countryside. So it's an English butchery. So he went there and he specifically like had a chat with them. So these are the cuts that I need. I need mabonzo. For them, they were like, we don't do that here. But he said, but I want that. That's what I want. So specifically, sometimes when he does make those orders, they do it for them. And guess what he did this last week? He went to them again and said, I want chicken gizzards. They must have gone like, oh no, but we don't do that. He said, I want them. And you know what? They did that specifically for him. Oh my goodness, they were so clean, well washed, well packaged. Oh my god, we are having a good time because like I think our fridge is just full of those gizzards. I haven't checked to see if there's chicken feet in there, but it's something that I encourage people to do, to say don't be shy from asking in those butchers. Probably they just like put it like in dog food or do away with.
Because we have our own way of doing things, so why should we be shy about our food? And the good thing is, whenever you go out there and speak for yourself, they would know you like the way you are. But more often, like I've seen a lot of my fellow Zimbabweans when they go to the diaspora, they want to adjust and adapt to the situation and start doing all this more mashed potato thing, veggie thing,
Ready
which
meals, ready meals, ready
ready
meals,
meals,
ready meals, ready.
exactly, which you really know that with your genes that he have, my guy, you're going to be 100 kilos in no time. Like,
We don't even mention, and we don't like exercising. We don't walk. We don't
exactly,
run.
exactly. Because you're running away. I was so surprised to get this other lady telling me, "Oh, I don't like hard chicken." I was like, "Wow, that's so nice of a Zimbabwe not liking hard chicken." As much as we are trying to give information about how good are natural food, how good are organic stuff, and you are bragging about to go and eat broilers and whatnot.
Do you know, I've actually like got my kids hooked on this corn fed like roadrunner. Sometimes you don't, if you don't go to these African shop, Asian shops, like you said, you can't get like proper chicken. But like ever since we found out about like the corn fed, there's corn fed, there's they've got their own roadrunner here. It's more or less like our roadrunner. So you know you're not getting direct broiler. And ever since we started that, the girls enjoy it. The only thing probably that people are trying to run away from is having to cut it from scratch. You know, like we used to do back home, where you've got a full chicken, a whole chicken that you buy from my paper next door who does huku, and then you have to cut it into pieces. But it's amazing. The taste is beautiful. It's really brilliant. So, I mean, if people are watching, they need to try it. Monica, in the interest of time, as we wrap up, and as I'm getting jealous of that salad, and I'm thinking, what am I going to eat? There is something that you want to mention. Obviously, you know me and you know my channel. I live, breathe, eat life in the diaspora. And thank you so much for coming on the platform and showing us the other side of life, because I think people think we eat in restaurants, we eat pizza every day, and this conversation is a sign that we live like normal people. We go home, we cook, we hardly go to restaurants. When we go, it's probably something special, really special. You can count the number of times that we've been to restaurants, partly because everything is just so expensive for nothing. And you go to a restaurant and you get the menu, go like, so what am I gonna eat? There's no food. There's no food on that menu. There's nothing. There's no food for an African person. So partly we are blessed because we've got people like you who show us it's okay to cook. One thing, because I do talk about life in the diaspora, I do talk to carers often. I do talk, we need to prioritize the important things. We need to be very professional. There are two things that I want as advice to us carers, health cares, because most people come here either are healthcare already in the country or healthcare who are aspiring to come to the diaspora. I want you to mention something. This is something that I learned in the hospital where I work, the importance of diet and nutrition to the people that we look after, the frail, the vulnerable in terms of like everything, health, age, and stuff. I want you to bring in, I think, in 3 to 5 minutes, the importance of making sure they're drinking and eating well when we go and look after them, because half the time they see us nearly in 365 days, they see us 360 days, and they see their family and friends for 1 hour when we bring in those 2 minutes that their family and friends pop in. So, how is it important for us to pay attention, pay more attention to diet and hydration? Why I want you to emphasize on that is because I used to work in domiciliary, and the conversation going on around in our community is the disadvantage with domiciliary is people fall sick, they go to hospital, they don't come back. But partly with me being in hospital, I realized someone comes to the hospital with very bad sores and everything. They are malnourished, they are whatever, all those, the mast and things that you do, nurses. And they're in hospital for 1 week. You see all the sores going away. Everything is getting better because there's a system where diet and nutrition is at the core of everything. How much is someone taking in? How much are they passing? So I want you to speak on that to us as healthcare, to us as professionals out there, as carers who go out there to look out for these vulnerable people as we wrap up, love.
Okay, thank you. Just like, yeah, well, it's not a diversion therapy.
I
We
know,
are now
I
in a
know, I
hospital
know.
setup. Yeah, so viewers, we know that diet, nutrition, obviously, we said is the centerpiece of your health. So whosoever is watching right now or is going to watch later, as long as you're going to take care of the elderly, you're going to take care of patients, it's very important that you record. And recording meaningfully, which means that things that you're recording has been done. So if you are to record intake and output for the patients that you are looking after, it's so gracious. Allow me to say it's gracious, because that's the only thing that you can offer to them. Imagine if it's you who's in that bed, spending the whole day without a glass of water, or spending the whole day with a glass of water on your side locker, but nobody is trying to encourage you to drink. So your duty of core is make sure that you lift that glass, let them have 2 sips and record those 2 sips, and come again in the next 30 minutes, record those 2 sips until the whole glass is gone. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to take the whole liter the way you do when you are really well. The other thing is infection, inflammation, sores, whatever type of sores that could be viral based or whatnot, it can only be healed through a good dietary intake. The language that you understand better, I think you know now in most hospitals, we have, whether NHS or wherever you're watching from, that board of health that you are falling under. We have nutritional supplements, be it 40-sip, be it collagen, be it
Yes.
a whole lot. Those things are now meant to reach the target, which was supposed to be reached earlier just with food. But now, because of circumstances that we can't control, we are giving that bottle of supplements with kilopascals, with proteins that are calculated, with minerals that are calculated, with vitamins that are calculated to keep the infection. That's why you see when they go to hospital, an antibiotic alone will not do wonders without a supplementary bottle. Because what we want is food for the antibiotic to work. And you, as an HCA there, your duty is to make sure that the plate of dinner that is served is eaten up. Make sure that those 2 spoons the patient can take, you have insisted to that. Then the antibiotic will come. The whole good thing about being a carer is just being like a mommy. You will not want to see your child starving the whole day because they are sick. You would try all means, pinch that nose, kick in 2 tablespoons of porridge so that you'll be happy. After showering that baby, they go to bed. You are now relieved to say, oh, at least they've taken something. That's the exact same way you have to do to the friend, the same way that you have to do to the patients, as long as you know that you are God sent, unless otherwise. This job sometimes is not just a job, it comes with calling. So why is it so hard for you to follow your passion? Why is it so hard for you to follow your calling? Let them eat that food. Let them eat, let them drink that water. Let them drink their supplements. It's so unfortunate that you think if you open the bottle and leave it closer by, they will by any chance drink. They will not. It's your role. So make sure you help them heal, you help them keep the infection, you help them stay longer with their loved ones. I think with this wrap up, yes, we always say take care of somebody, be good to them as you want them to be good to you. That's the motto as we go, guys. Happiness in period, happiness in time, happy caring time. That's all from Monica.
Thank you so much, Monica, and thank you so much to everyone that has managed to join us. And if you're going to join us later, which I know you will do, guys, continue showing us love, continue showing us all that support, continue doing so by subscribing and sharing with your loved ones all these valuable information that we do share. At the end of the day, what we strive to do is to add value to what we do every day, be it work, be it our family, be it our day to day life. We prioritize self care. Self care starts from what you eat, what you drink, before makeup and everything else. Because I mean, self care, look at Monica. If she is to tell you her age, obviously you go like, I know she's lying, and I know her work colleagues are always telling her, why, what is it that you do to look this young? But she has let us in on the tips. Diet, what we eat and what we drink is so important, guys. I do hope to have Monica again on the platform to talk more. Obviously, when I bring her on again, it will be for something else, and I hope it's soon, guys. So stay tuned on this channel and do be kind enough to go and subscribe on a channel. Monica, thank you so much for being here, and a big thank you to your family for letting us have you for this time. I know it's festive season, they want to have you to themselves, but at least you've taken the time to be with us. We love you, and thank you so much for being here. That's from me, my family here on YouTube and everywhere else, to you. And we'll see you on your channel as we learn more recipes. We love you, and it's bye for
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
now. Bye, dear.